Well, the NFL playoffs start this weekend for many teams. The NFL offseason is already on. And here at NFL Daily by Chat Sports, we are your NFL offseason headquarters. Stay up to date with what goes on throughout the offseason, from trades to free agency, the draft, coaching changes, and more. We got you covered, and we're trying to get to our next milestone of 352,000 subscribers on the channel. Subscribe now for free. We'll get started with today's show. The day has finally come. Bill Belichick is no longer the head coach of the New England Patriots, but he's not necessarily done yet coaching. Welcome into this edition of NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for joining us as we break down the top 5 most likely landing spots for the greatest football coach in the history of the National Football League. We'll go over that in just a moment. Let's set the scene for you here as Belichick is now available for any team. He will not be traded, as the Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, said they felt like it was best for Bill, that he had earned the right to choose where he wants to go without having to do any type of trade or anything, that he had earned that right. And the resume speaks for itself. 266 wins in 24 seasons in New England, 15 wins away from tying Don Shula's all-time wins record at 347. And the big story with Belichick was how things changed without Tom Brady. When Tom Brady moved on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Belichick only had one playoff appearance and a losing record of 29-38. So Belichick trying to potentially go somewhere to end his career on a high note after things did not go well the last few seasons. But you can't deny the legacy of Bill Belichick, of what he's done in the National Football League. 17 divisional titles in the AFC East, 9 AFC championships, 12 Super Bowl appearances, 21 winning seasons, and the only coach in the history of the NFL to go 16-0 in the regular season. So where could Belichick end up? As of right now, there are currently 8 openings in the NFL, and they include the Atlanta Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Chargers, the New England Patriots, the Tennessee Titans, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Washington Commanders. So, what is the best potential fit for Belichick of those jobs? We'll break those down, our top 5 piece by piece, beginning, number 1, with the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons seem to have the inside track on hiring Belichick to be their next head coach. And you may be asking yourself, why Atlanta? What makes sense about the Atlanta Falcons and Bill Belichick? Well, a potential power move here. The Falcons, all indications and reports are that their owner, Arthur Blank, really wants to make a splash with this next hiring. And when you look at Bill Belichick, of what he's had in New England over the last several years, he's not only been the head coach, but also had complete control of player personnel. And Atlanta is one of the few organizations that might be willing to pay the money it takes for Belichick, but also give him the power and the money that he wants. ESPN's Adam Schefter put out this report earlier today saying the following. Belichick, who had 1 year remaining on his contract, will be allowed to leave the team without the Patriots seeking compensation. He will want to continue coaching and is expected to draw interest from at least some of the other 7 NFL teams that have head coaching vacancies, quite possibly the Atlanta Falcons, league sources said. Diana Rossini of The Athletic also adding to this, saying, there aren't many teams with openings that have a willingness to pay Belichick and hand over all power in their personnel department. The Atlanta Falcons have been interested in landing Belichick for weeks, league sources said. Belichick isn't the only candidate they are targeting. The Falcons have the number 8 overall pick, 3 straight 7-10-win seasons, trying to find their next quarterback, but plenty of young talent there with the likes of Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, and others. We'll see if he ends up there. So, predicted for me. Where will Bill Belichick coach this upcoming season? Will it be with the Atlanta Falcons? Will it be one of the other teams we talk about today? Weigh in the comment section. Tell us on our pinned comment today where you think Belichick is ultimately going to end up or not. Today's show is sponsored by LinkedIn Jobs. At the start of the new year, Every small business owner is asking themselves the same question. What's the one move I can make that'll take my business to the next level in 2024? LinkedIn Jobs knows that your success all depends on the team you surround yourself with. That's why LinkedIn Jobs has created the tools to help you find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. I got to tell you, LinkedIn Jobs, that is a place to be when you're trying to look for a job and when you're trying to hire the right type of people, folks. LinkedIn Jobs makes it so easy. I love LinkedIn Jobs. Help me find a great job here at Chat Sports, if I'd say so myself. LinkedIn isn't just another job board. LinkedIn has a vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, which makes it the best place to hire. Hiring is easy when you have that many quality candidates. So easy, in fact, that 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. LinkedIn also knows that small businesses are wearing so many hats and might not have the time or resources to hire. Thankfully, with LinkedIn, the process is intuitive, quick, and easy. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. LinkedIn Jobs, proud partner of NFL Daily. Number 2 on our list is the Los Angeles Chargers, and that is a very interesting job for one specific reason when it comes to L.A., and that is the quarterback position. Justin Herbert, one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. There isn't another job opening with a better starting quarterback right now than Justin Herbert. Whoever goes to L.A. and takes this job gets a franchise quarterback, something that Belichick has not had since Tom Brady in New England. And you look at Justin Herbert, this is somebody that I think is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in all of football. Now, with that Chargers job, there are some negatives when you talk about an ownership group that's got a tradition of being cheap, and you're talking about playing your home games in a non-friendly home environment where it feels like a road game a lot of times within your own stadium there in L.A., but the chance to get to coach a guy like Justin Herbert might be very intriguing for Bill Belichick, who has not had good quarterback play over the last few years. Number 3 on our list is the Washington Commanders. Now, we've heard some reports that the Commanders have already kind of written off Bill Belichick potentially, but then there's been other reports that say that it's kind of a gamesmanship of sorts, that the Commanders aren't wanting to show their hand. But with that said, why the Washington Commanders? Well, they have flexibility. Josh Harris and the new ownership group with the Washington Commanders, with Magic Johnson and company, this is a group that is being aggressive. They are putting the Dan Snyder days long behind this organization and really just hitting the reset button and starting over with this group. And as they head towards the future here, there's a lot of flexibility for the Washington Commanders with $80 million in surplus and cap space. No team, when you talk about job openings right now, has the buying power and ability that the Washington Commanders potentially bring to the table. And there's already some decent talent, some young players to potentially build a team around when you look at Payne and Allen, Scary Terry, Emmanuel Forbes, Jahan Dotson. That's some decent pieces to at least get started with and then build that roster up from there. Could be intriguing. Obviously, you need a quarterback. Sam Howell did not make it through the entire season, ultimately got benched in place for Jacoby Brissett, so we'll see. What about the Commanders? Should the Commanders hire Bill Belichick? Does that make sense? Is that a good fit? Let us know what you think. Y for yes, in for no. If he should go to Washington or not. Y for yes, in for no. Number 4 on our list is the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Raiders, over the last several seasons, earned a reputation as New England West, with Josh McDaniels as their head coach, bringing in Jacoby Myers, Dave Ziegler. Their GM was from the Patriots organization, but things didn't necessarily work out that way. And while it seems like Antonio Pierce and Jim Harbaugh have the inside tracks for that job, it's no secret that the Davis family is very friendly with Bill Belichick, and that Tom Brady is already within that Raiders organization. So think about this. When I look at the positives with the Las Vegas Raiders of what could intrigue Belichick, there's some decent building blocks within that Raiders organization. Uh, there are some nice pieces to potentially build upon. Uh, I think you look at that team and where they're at right now, you already have some guys that are locked up long term to build upon for your future, where you're not going to be terribly far off with just a couple moves here and there when it comes to getting the right draft picks and trades and get through this offseason. You could be a playoff team potentially next year when you have Devontae Adams, who's still one of the best receivers in football on one side, Max Crosby on the other side, and some young pieces like Tyree Wilson, Michael Mayer, and others here. The Raiders, there's reason to be optimistic. If they get the head coach and GM right here, look out. The Raiders could be on their way up from here. The last team on our list is one of the biggest wild cards of all, and that is the Carolina Panthers. And you look at the Carolina Panthers, this organization has been a laughingstock. They have been a joke over the last few years. But their owner is pretty fascinating. David Tepper has not been shy about firing coaches the last few years. And reports have indicated that Bill Belichick has inquired about David Tepper, that he has been trying to get information himself and learn more about David Tepper. That tells me that Belichick is interested in that potential position to be a head coach, but he wants to know more about the structure and how they're going to operate and do things there. And you look at what they have at quarterback. Bryce Young is the future of their franchise, so you already have that figured out there, and then you build off from there. This is a team that just needs something, needs a spark of some sorts, because the last few seasons have been a disaster for Carolina. 2-15, the worst record in the NFL this year. They don't have the number one pick, though, as they traded that off last year to the Chicago Bears. And before that, just a lot of 5-win seasons, a 7-win season in 2022. The Panthers are a mess, and they need anything to get this program back on track. Of the jobs available that we showed you today, what is the best one out there? Weigh in, tell us what you think in the comment section below. Appreciate you joining us here on this edition of NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Subscribe now, and we'll keep you up to date with everything going on across the National Football League throughout the entire offseason right here on NFL Daily.